know as much of the company as you can. Alright. Any questions on that? I know it's kind of quick. Okay, I'm going to go ahead, and that's my email address on the bottom, miguelg@txa.edu. If you have any questions about what I covered or just about careers in general, let me know, shoot that email to me. I actually send you emails every week, so if you just push reply, that goes directly to me. I am in the Career Services office, however I do a lot of different things besides meeting one-on-one with students, so I think email is the best way to get a hold of me actually. If you click on the Events tab all the way on the right, I just want to kind of show you where you can find information about all the things we have going on for this semester. It's already the end of this semester, but we actually went through 9 different job fairs just in the spring. And the STEM one being right here was one that I would highly recommend for computer science and engineering majors, because this year we had about 45 companies, I want to say, and a large percentage of those looking for computer science majors. This fair, unfortunately, is only offered in the spring as of now. So if you miss it this spring, it will come back around in a year. I'm trying to push to get it in the fall, but it's going to take some time. But for right now, it's just in the spring. We do a wide range of fairs, as you can see. We have a Mass Comm fair if everybody wants to go to the Mass Comm, Criminal Justice Fair, Teacher Fair, all that good stuff. So, and besides that, we should go down a little bit. On this left side, we have a lot of just different events that are more professional development type of events. We have a brown bag workshop series. If you click on this real quick. Right there. We have 4 different sessions going on for every Friday in the month of April. This Friday we're going to talk about discovering your career and how to find a job using online tools, which is kind of what I'm going to cover today. But next week we have navigating the work world, so more professional etiquette in your online image. So for those of y'all that may have a Facebook, Twitter, and let's say a Pinterest or Instagram account, all the stuff you put on there is public information. So if you don't want your employer to see that you're applying to, don't put it on there. So any kind of pictures that maybe might include alcohol or just questionable decision making, don't put that on there. Don't let your friends tag you on there. I was in college, I know all the stuff that goes on. Just be aware that employers can use that against you in their evaluation of you. There's no laws as of this point protecting you from what you post online. So just keep that in mind and just be cautious with that. I use Twitter and Facebook every day, so I'm not saying don't use it, just be cautious. And also we do events called externship. Like if you click on this one right here, unfortunately we're full at this point, but Externship Day is actually an event where we take, I think we're taking 30 students this year to different cities in Texas, and we pretty much go to different company visits. This year we're going to go visit USAA, Rackspace, Port San Antonio. I think that's it for now. But 30 students are able to sign up, and we'll have these periodically pop up here and there. These are first come, first served basis events, but you have access to these if you would like. Let's see, go down a little bit more. And this right here is an information session with Union Pacific Railroad. And so this is an information session that's a little bit different from the normal ones. So normally in our office or in the LBJ Student Center, we have companies that come on campus doing information sessions where they present an overview of their company, they talk about internship opportunities or job opportunities, and you get to ask them questions one-on-one right there. It's a very small group usually, so you have great time to speak with these recruiters, plus you actually give them their resume there. A lot of them are looking to hire people right then and there in the coming months. So you definitely want to come out to these information sessions. This one specifically is a little bit different because it's going to be in San Antonio. So Union Pacific's inviting engineering and computer science majors to come out to San Antonio next 2 Thursdays from now, the 25th. That's going to be a morning event. It's 3 hours long, but they give you breakfast and lunch paid for. So that's a good thing. And they're going to have pretty much all their hiring managers on hand, so you get to get this one-on-one attention with them. If you've never heard about Union Pacific, which I'm sure you've seen their trains, but that's probably all you know about them, definitely research this company. They're a great company to work for. They average $17 billion annual revenue, and they've been around for 150 years. So there's no question that they're going to be around for a little bit longer, and the railroad system is not going anywhere. So definitely check up on that if you're interested. And we do a variety of these different information sessions. You can find them here on our calendar, or just check your emails. I send these out almost every week, so you're going to know about that at that point. And that's kind of that's going to lead me into the job search process. Using all these different events that I talked about to look for leads, look for companies you may have never heard of, look for company contacts. It's going to be crucial for you to be successful when you're applying to these jobs. Because these recruiters that come to the fairs, to these info sessions, are the ones that are going to be doing the interviews, or at least submitting their feedback to the interviewing personnel. So if you have some of these people like as good contacts, you talk to them all the time via email or whatnot, they can go and vouch for you and say, you know what, Miguel's a great person. He's come to me about 3 or 4 times. He seems to be on top of his game. I definitely want to send him for an interview. If you can get those people to work for you, and as in the job search process, it's going to help you by leaps and bounds. Because at the end of the day, all of you here in this room are going to be applying to possibly similar jobs at similar companies. And what makes you more competitive than the person to your left or to your right? Is it your GPA? Is it the internships you've had? Is it the fact that you have 2 or 3 company contacts that they know you're applying? Those little things can go a long way and determine if you get this job or not. So keep that stuff in mind. Do you have a job for Cats account by chance? No? Okay. If you click on the students page right here, I'll just sign into mine. Yeah, I'll sign into mine really quick. Sorry. And so Jobs for Cats is a free online database that every student has access to. If you don't have Jobs for Cats yet, I highly suggest you sign up today. This is the same portal you'll see as a student. This is my student account. I graduated in 2010, so I haven't really updated mine yet. So make sure you update yours as much as you can. But on the Jobs for Cats database, what you can do, not only look for jobs, but also do company research here in our system. So if you want to research an employer, go and click right here, research employer. And you can look based on company name, or click on advanced search, please. You can do employer category if you would like. So if you want to look for people in, let's do computers. Just do computers really quick. Just push close and then search. See what comes up. Let's say there's 263 employers that are categorized under computers. Now that's kind of a vague search, but you can tailor it down to the area, the state that they're located in. Or if you know the name specifically, you can click on the employer's name right then and there, or type it in and find them out. So if you want to work for Dell or Google, all that stuff, if they've done business with us of some sort, they will be in this database. And usually you can find a contact for them. Check out Austin real quick. And you can do this as many times as you want. We're narrowing down more and more. Just for now, let's click on procurement. And so we're going to give you a brief overview of the company. If you scroll down a little bit more, we'll give you the company website. So right then you can go check out their webpage, get more information. We'll give you their address. And if you scroll down a little bit more, we let you know if they have current jobs listed in our database, all right here. So not only are you researching the company, you're figuring out, are they hiring in Jobs for Cats right now? And we actually have a lot of different positions on here. So let's say you wanted to be a software engineer. So go ahead and click on software engineer. The company fills this part out, so they're going to be different just depending on how much the company fills out. So this one is the full-time position, because we can tell you're working 40 hours a week. It's a salaried position, and the wage is roughly going to be around $60K. So then they're already being upfront telling you. Some companies probably won't even tell you. That's where the salary calculators come into play. But for this company, as example, they did tell you exactly what they're going to pay you, or at least close to what they're going to pay you. Then they're going to tell you the job description right here, what you're going to be doing on a day-to-day basis, pretty much. And it'll let you know, do I want to do this? Yes or no. Scroll down a little bit more. Then they can tell you the qualifications. Now this part is crucial when you're creating your resume. If they have keywords on here or specific programming language or anything very specific to the company and the job, if you don't have this in your resume, it's going to be very, very bad. So as you're making your resume, you want to tailor it to a specific job position if you can, just so that you can be a better match for what they're looking for. A lot of times nowadays, if you go to a job fair or you meet an employer at a big search for some reason, and they tell you, oh, go to our website and apply online. That's just kind of the way it is nowadays. So what that means though is a lot of the companies that do that sometimes use software to kind of sift through all the keywords of your resume. This is what their search is going to be based on, this qualifications right here. So if your resume doesn't have it when you submit it online, you're going to be looked over most likely in the jobs, in the applicant search. So just keep that stuff in mind. Let's go down a little bit more. And let's see, this one doesn't have it specifically, but let's say you want to apply to this position. You know what? Miguel, do you have any contacts for them? You email me, you ask me if we have contacts. I can go into the database and see if the employer has listed the ability to share their contact, and we'll be more than happy to do that with you. A lot of times the employers welcome students contacting them to ask them questions ahead of time before they apply. So I can go in the database and search and let you know, yes, the employer says I can share it, or no, they can't. And we can help you that way. So it's a really good way to just get those contacts again, like I was talking about, to work to your advantage if possible. All right, let's scroll back up to the top, please. Let's click on campus interviewing. Right there. Yeah, right there. So another, excuse me, another resource that we offer in our office is called on-campus interviewing. Has anybody? Yeah, just do the all. Has anybody done on-campus interviewing before? You've done it before?
Yeah.
Who did you interview with? If you don't mind me asking.
CGI.
TCR? Okay. And so did you do it all through online here? Did you just search and you applied for an interview?
Yeah, I applied for an interview and then I did it kind of seemed like a pre-interview on campus, and then I went to their site and did an interview there.
Okay. And where was their site located? What city was it in?
Belton.
Belton?
Yeah, they were in Temple when I interviewed, but... Yeah.
Okay. And so the reason I asked her where it's at, because these companies come here to recruit you on the first interview usually, instead of you driving all the way to Belton or Dallas or Houston, wherever they're located, they come to recruit you here. So this is a great thing for students that, you know, might be limited on transportation, or, you know, gas costs a lot of money. So if you're driving to Houston, stuff like that, that's money out of your pocket. So they do you the benefit of coming to you here on campus. Now these employers change throughout the whole semester, and we have 13 that are currently active in our system. I know through this semester we probably had 60 or 70 employers take advantage of the service that we offer. So this changes every semester, like I said. But how this works, go ahead and scroll down a little bit, see if we find any computer ones. I'm not sure if there's any left. Go down a little bit more. We'll just click on the advisory and transition now, just for example. So what you would do, it'll look kind of similar to the job search, the job details that we had earlier in the job search that we did. Go and scroll down a little bit more. We're going to tell you when the resume selection begins and when the resume selection ends. So this one, they've been recruiting all semester, and they're barely going to start interviewing this week. So if you were a student looking to work with Weaver and Tidwell, for example, you could have had 4 months to apply for this position, or at least for the interview. And now we're going to start interviewing students, like I said, next week. This isn't always the case. Sometimes companies only have a 2-week window, a 5-week window. So it just really depends on the company themselves. But you can come in, submit your resume for consideration to be interviewed, and you do all your interviewing in our office. It's a really, really good thing. Sometimes it's the first interview, sometimes that's the only interview you do. It just really depends. In her case, she had a second interview somewhere else, so every company's a little bit different. Yes, sir.
Okay, so I'm confused. I thought it was a mock interview, but then you're really interviewing with real companies.
So the mock interview is to prepare you. Now these are the real interviews.
These are real.
This is just ways to find different ways to that we give you ways to find jobs, basically. So we have the job fairs is one way, information session is another way. The Job Forecast database, the job search tool that we did a while ago, and then this one's on-campus interviewing.
Okay,
so the mock interview is just the preparation part. This is finding the leads for interview possibilities, job possibilities. Yeah. So yeah, this is the real deal. So hopefully by this time you've done a mock interview.
I don't want to sign up and then show up.
What's that?
I didn't want to like sign up and then show up thinking it's...
Oh, no. For this one, it's the real deal. So you can sign up now, because we're not going to interview till next week. So let's say today you signed up, you do a mock interview with us before, and then next week you're good to go. You can do it that way. And the mock interviews are not required for you to interview professionally with us. It's just a preparation tool. Some people take advantage of it, some people don't. It's up to you. Let's go back up to the top real quick. Yeah. And then one other thing that I like to tell students to do when they're trying to look for different jobs, or even trying to figure out what field they want to go into. If you click on the very last tab, it says Career Contact Search. We now offer a database that you can go to and look for job shadowing opportunities. If you've never done job shadowing, I highly, highly recommend it. It's basically a 1, possibly 2-day job shadowing experience where you get to follow somebody in your field of choice and you get to pick their brain, basically figure out how'd you get to your position. You get to figure out also, do you want to do this in the future? Because sometimes you think, oh yeah, I really, really want to do this, you get a taste of it and you're like, I totally hate this. Like for me, I wanted to be, I was a geography major for a little bit. I wanted to do geography, but I didn't know what I wanted to do with that. After doing some internships and job shadowing, I found that this really wasn't the right field for me. So I went to business marketing and I've loved it ever since. I graduated with that. So you can use these different resources to kind of figure out, do I really want to pursue a job in this field or not? Mostly sophomores and freshmen do this, but juniors and seniors are more than welcome to job shadowing if they would like. So how this works, go ahead and click on Advanced Search on the far right, please. And under Contact Activities, the second option says allowing a student to job shadow for a day. So go ahead and click on that and do a search, please. So of the 227 contacts we have right now, and we're adding more contacts every week to this database. We just released it last semester. But of those 227 contacts, 109 have indicated they would allow a student to job shadow them for a day if they would like. Now, that's every type of employer you can think of. You can actually go to job category or industry. Let's do industry category actually. And let's see if we have anybody for computers. Now, this is a new database. Like I said, we're adding more and more every week, so I'm not too sure how many will pop up. Okay, so right now it's 0. Now, it doesn't mean there's not anybody available, it just means they're not in this database yet. So what you would do then is contact myself or contact the office saying, hey Miguel, I'm looking for a job shadowing opportunity for somebody dealing with computer science majors. Can you help me out? And then it'll be my job, or whoever's assigned your request, to make sure we find a contact for you. So again, this is a new database, we're still working on it, but you're more than welcome to test it out, see if you find anything. The more parameters you put on here, the less results you're going to get, obviously. But all the employers, at least listed here, oh, there's one. Go and click on Ken Taylor real quick. All these employers have indicated they would like the student to contact them for job shadowing. Now, for this example, Ken Taylor, who works for Extranet Systems, let's go and scroll down and see where they're located. A little bit more, it tells you. Okay, it doesn't tell you exactly where they're located on this one. But again, oh, here it is, zip code, San Marcos. So, you don't have to travel too far on that part. However, let's say you're going home for the summer and you're going to be in Houston, and you want to contact a shadow over there. It'll be my job to find somebody over there, using our resources we have available to try to find you a job shadowing opportunity there. From here, let's say you do want to job shadow with Ken Taylor, go and scroll to the top. You would click on Contact Mentor, so a dialog box would say you have 10 remaining contacts. Basically, for that, we put it on there because we don't want you emailing everybody that you think of, hey, I want to do job shadowing. Now you have 20 requests out. This limits you to 10 contacts per month. So you can contact 10 people requesting a job shadowing opportunity if you would like. At that point, then you have to kind of wait till obviously the next month. But it's simply, don't click on there, don't click on OK. But normally you would click this button and it'll bring up an email dialog box. You just email them saying, hey, I'd like to set up a job shadowing appointment, yada yada yada. And if you've never done that before, again, call our office who will help you out with that stuff. I'm going to push cancel, please. And okay, so earlier I asked about how many of y'all went to the job fair in February, and not too many people raised their hand. So, or raised their hand, excuse me. So what I would like to show you now is click on the career events. Any job fair that we have for the current semester, you have access to all the companies that came out to that fair. So if you had class or something happened where you couldn't go to the fair, all the ones for the semester are going to be active on here. So let's go and click on the Science, Technology, Engineering, Math fair. This one was on February 20th from 1:30 to 4 o'clock. But I want to see who came, because I couldn't go to the fair, but I still wanted to know, what I missed out on. So we had 51 employers on here. And again, these are all STEM fields. So if you're not a biology major, you can eliminate those. If you're a chemistry major, you can eliminate those. Go and click on Advanced Search again, please. Let's just do majors. Let's do add remove. And we have every major listed at Texas State University. Go and click on that. Yeah. Scroll down to computer science. Let's do save and search that way. So now it's going to narrow it down. It dropped to 51 down to 39. Remember I told you a lot of these employers came for just computer science majors? So 39 employers came looking for your major basically. And you can scroll down and see who's here. Let's click on Dell just for example. So click on Dell. And And it's going to look pretty much similar to all the other layouts. We're going to give you the position types we're looking for. So they're looking for specifically for interns. They're looking for computer science, engineering technology, or software engineers. And they were looking for a software development internship right here. So that's some of the basic information of what you would have missed out on since you didn't get to go to the fair. Let's go ahead and click. I don't know if you can see the back button right there. Let's look at another company. And all the companies fill out this information. So some are in great detail, some are not. Let's put it on a little bit more at the bottom, see what else we got. Oh, let's do. Let's do this one. So this one's looking for a software engineer, a full-time position. So seniors, graduating seniors, May or even December, you would definitely want to stop at this table if you're interested in that company. You're looking for more full-time positions. Sophomores, freshmen, sophomores, juniors, you're looking more for internships at that point. But your seniors, you can already start applying for full-time positions. Even though this is in February, you don't graduate until May, you can start applying now. You don't have to wait till you graduate. That's what some students unfortunately think until they walk the stage and then they start looking for the jobs. You should have started at the beginning of your last semester. It really takes a couple months for you to find opportunities, for you to interview, and all that good stuff. It takes a long time. So don't wait till after you graduate to start looking. So that's just examples in case you missed the job fair, how to look for the companies that came, how to see the positions they were hiring for. What I would suggest at this point, go to the back button one more time. What I would suggest, and go down to the eyes, right there. If you did want to work for them, I would then go to their website, look at their career page, because their job openings may have changed. There may be more, there may be less from what the information we have in our database. So if you like the company, you saw they were recruiting here, I would then go to their page and see if they have a careers page and go from there. Do some searches that way. Excuse me. So that's all in Jobs for Cats. What I do want to show you is Glassdoor.com. So if you don't mind typing in Glassdoor.com for me real quick. I've used this site with some of my students. I like it a lot. Career Service has no part of this whatsoever. It's just a website that you can look for jobs, you can research companies, you can even get salary figures from people that work at that company specifically. But the one thing I like the most is you can get interview feedback. So you can click on the interview tab right there. Let's look at. Actually, go up top. Click right here. Oh, it says interviews. And let's type in a company you might want to work for. You can pick anybody. We'll see if we're inside of this. Okay, let's just see if they're in there. If they're not, we can look at somebody else. Oh, there they are. Just click on interviews. Let's scroll down a little bit. Now you're going to be limited to this. You do have to sign up for a free account, or you can link up your Facebook account to it to get full access to the site. But what they do here, as a PR coordinator at Ubisoft, actually already gave feedback on how their interview went. Right here it tells them they were not offered the job. So you can learn from possibly their mistakes. And they'll be pretty, and this is all real feedback from people that went through the process. And they'll be honest with you for the most part and tell you, I did this wrong, you should improve on this. But if you wanted some people that actually got hired and learn from them, click on Receive Offer. And then you'll get this, like I said, go click it next. If you have a Facebook account, you just link up to it, it's free. But this person is a director at Ubisoft, and he actually got the offer. So then you can go and see his interview details. They might even give you some feedback on interview questions to prepare for. Click on more, here it is. And they give you feedback on the experience themselves. So if it was an easy interview, it was very hard, how to prepare. This changes for every company because these are actual real, it's like you and me if we applied for a job, either we got it or we didn't, we're giving other people feedback. So this one is very recent. It was only a couple months ago, 2013. So that helps you a lot too. Let's scroll down and see if there's anybody else that may have got an interview. Yeah, and you'll get that thing. I personally just link up my Facebook to it, and it's pretty easy at that point. But what you can also do, let's go to the top. A little bit more to the top. Let's click on salaries right here. So if you're looking to see what you might get at this company, what you might receive as an offer, These are also, this is also feedback that current employees or previous employees left for others to see. A programmer is getting your average salary around $60,000. The range is 43 to 75. So that can kind of gauge, if you're an entry-level person, you probably will see something more towards the bottom. If you're more experienced, a lot of internships, you can start going up the range a little bit more. So this kind of gives you a gauge of what you should expect. Plus you use salary calculators also that we have available to you. And to get more information on that, you get a hold of me or Career Services will help you out that way. But all these online resources are free. It helps you prepare for these interviews the right way. Helps you know what to expect as far as offers go. In Career Services, we can help you along the way the whole time. So if you get confused, you're unsure about things, send me an email, call our office, and we'll be more than happy to help you out. We do offer age offers a semester. Like I said, unfortunately, the STEM one's only once a year in the spring. I'm trying really hard to get it in the fall. But what I highly recommend is going to those information sessions that you hear about, going to any kind of networking event that you may be able to go to. Highly, highly recommend those because you get to get business contacts there. And you can email those people and create a business relationship with them from those meetings. Last thing I want to show you, did anybody go to the South by Southwest Tech Expo that they had? If you're really into startups, I highly recommend going to this. They only do it once. It's during spring break, right before South by Southwest. We'll go to Google real quick. So I want you to do a basic search really fast. You're going to look for SXSW Tech Expo. Yeah, Southwest SXSW Tech Expo. So I went to this the last 2 years just to meet business contacts, all that good stuff. They changed their website recently, but if you click on events, they do this event in Austin every March for the last couple of years. So you can see the past event. They do some in California too, so if you don't mind going to California, you can get more job fairs there. But this happened in Austin this past March. And all these companies were there basically doing the job fair for tech industry. A majority of them are startups. Not all, but a majority. So this is still active. You can go to it, and they all link up directly to their careers page. So let's say you wanted to work at Evernote. Let's click on Evernote. You have an Austin office. Click on Evernote. It goes directly to their careers page. Click on Austin right here. And right here they have different positions that are currently open. So this kind of takes out you having to go to everybody's careers page. They'll link it all up to you right here. So you can go to this. This is just this past semester. Click back one time. I want to see if they have last year's. Click back one. They may have last year's. Yeah. So these are more companies in the Austin area, or they're recruiting people from the Austin area to go and work for them. You can see this one has 71 companies. Some are different than the other Tech Expo they hosted, but it just shows you all the different types of companies. Again, the majority will be startup based. So if you're looking to go into that kind of field, here's some great leads for you right then and there. And all you gotta do is look up South by Southwest Tech Expo. So the Jobs for Cats, it's not the only one out there. I know some people love it, some people totally hate it. I understand. But you can use Glassdoor to do some research and look for jobs. There's Indeed.com that's out there now. I kind of steer away from Monster.com. It's really kind of flooded with stuff that I really don't recommend to my students. But finding these different types of fairs in and around the area that are outside of Career Services could be great for you too. And so a lot of these companies unfortunately don't come to our fairs yet. We're trying to get them there. That's why I went over there to get business contacts. But you can look at them now, like Google and Groupon, if you all want to work there. They're not coming to our job fairs yet, but they are recruiting. So this shows you their websites and everything. Any questions? I know I covered a lot in a little bit of time.
I have a question about the interviews. My experience at CGI was that I went in and interviewing for an internship, and I know they had kind of, they were just starting out their process for recruiting from the colleges at that location.
Yeah.
So I'm not sure if it was a mix-up or if it's, my interview was, it seemed like it was for a full-time position and everyone else in the room was a senior and even in their last semester. Mm-hmm. So I'm wondering if that's common. Is it common for the
No, CGI is new to the area. We actually met with them this past semester, so it was their first time doing that service. So I think it was their learning too, and the person that we met with wasn't the person that came to do the interviews. So it was a miscommunication on their part. It's not common at all. Usually they're pretty sure what they're doing. but I know they were learning how we work and learning how the students interview and all that stuff. So that was just kind of a one-time thing.
Okay.
Hoping it was a one-time thing. But I mean, yeah, definitely you want to make sure you know that they know what you're applying for, because that makes the interview totally different. You know?
Right.
When you're going to interview differently for a full-time position than you would an internship. With an internship, there's no salary negotiation at that part, so you don't have to prepare for that. But the full-time, you should expect a salary of some sort, be able to justify, be able to gauge if that's the right offer or not. But hopefully that was a one-time thing, like I said. Yeah, I know they're new because I met with them. We actually went to lunch and showed them all the stuff. So.
Yeah.
But she brings up a good point, though. You know, preparing as much as you can, and she got that through the on-campus interviewing part. So it does work, and these companies travel from all over to recruit you here instead of you going over there. So definitely take advantage of that if you have not already. But again, you have my email, you have our phone number. We're in the 5th floor of the Student Center. It's a free service. You don't have to pay us a single penny, and you can get all this individual help if you would like it. So whether it's making a resume for the first time, writing a cover letter, which I didn't even cover today, or the resume part, we can help you with that. The mock interviews, I highly recommend it if you've never done a real interview, or if it's been a couple of years since you did one. Just come in and just brush up your skills really quick. The Job Search Bootcamp I talked about earlier, we'll offer that in the fall. It's basically a station-based event where we teach you every part of the job search process. So we teach you how to interview correctly. We teach you how to use social media in your job search. So how do you use Facebook to actually help you look for a job? We can show you that. We do resume critiques, and then we have the speed interviewing component. Has anybody been to Job Search Bootcamp? Anybody done it? Okay, this thing is awesome. It's free. Again, like I always say, it's free. It's going to be in the fall, and the speed interviewing is the best part. So really, if you've never, it's kind of like speed dating, where you basically sit down with an employer about 3 to 4 minutes, and they interview you right there on the spot. Now it's a mock interview, but they're a real employer. So if you meet a computer-based or a technology-based employer there, and you have a really good interview, even though it's fake, you could possibly get a business contact out of that. It's not the main focus of the event, but I've seen students get business cards and actually internship opportunities just by going to this event. Because they're real employers, they probably have some opportunities for you if you're interested. But it's all training, it's all practice, but you just never know who might have an opportunity for you at these different types of events. So it's going to be in the fall, probably around October. You'll get more emails about it as that semester approaches. But definitely, keep tabs with all of our events we have coming up. Feel free to come out. Again, you have my email address. Let me know if I can help you in any way. All summer long, we're open too. So if you're going home or you're on classes and you want to come talk to us, we're there Monday through Friday. We're open 8 to 6 Monday through Thursday, and Fridays until 5. So you can meet with us throughout the summer if you would like. Any questions? I have some PowerPoint slides. I'll make sure I get them to Tiffany. It's a little bit easier than using all the sites that I just talked about. But I'll definitely send y'all some PowerPoints, some PDFs on professional dress, just so you get some more information on that. And again, you don't have to go and buy the $500 suit. Just get a nice pair of slacks, button-up shirt and a blazer. You can go to JCPenney's if you want. I mean, it really doesn't matter. They're not going to care what label it is. But you want to go professional as possible for the interviews. If you need help tying a tie, we can help you with that too. I know some people had trouble with that. We can help you tie that stuff too. Any questions before I go? Alright, well thank you all for listening, and again, Career Services, 5th floor Student Center. Come use us, we're there.